What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Flavio, and you guys are watching the House of Collectibles. I'm super excited to get this video out. I'm super excited to unbox this figure. As you guys can tell already from the title of the video, you know I'm hyped. I just picked this figure up just now, and man, it's so awesome to finally have this in hand. It's been long awaited. I think 2 years to be exact. If I'm not mistaken, I'll have to check the date. I'll let you guys know. But guys, I hope that I'm blown away by this figure, just because everything, the road up until now, the anticipation, it's just been grueling, man. I've been wanting this figure for so long in hand. I want to make sure that, you know, Hot Toys delivered on what they showed us way back when. But yeah, as you guys can tell already, like I said, we finally got Artisan Anakin in the house, bro. I'm super hyped, so pumped. This is DX34AE from episode 3, Light Side Anakin. And guys, I hope that my copy's good. You guys are getting my first reactions. As you can see, I didn't open the shipper. I didn't open anything. So I don't know as much as you guys. I don't know how the hair is, but we're going to find out together. So if you guys like this video so far, if you guys want to see more content like this, if you guys love Artisan figures and want to see more unboxings like this on the channel, please do me a favor, like the video, comment down below, and also if you guys aren't already, subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification icon so you guys are up to date on all videos that are dropped on the channel as soon as possible. Man, guys, I'm so pumped for this, so let's get the video going. Okay, guys, I'm going to try to control my excitement as much as I can in this video, but I am just so hyped. I'm so hyped to finally have an Artisan Anakin from Hot Toys. This is a proper Anakin in my collection, and man, I just really hope the hair turned out amazing. Guys, it has been a year and 10 months. Yes, you heard me. A year and 10 months. This was on pre-order, I believe, August 18th, 2023. Now, I was lucky enough to get mine through Sideshow, so I just now received it, and I think they're starting to pump them out for people. So be on the lookout if you guys ordered from Sideshow. I got this for retail. I think this was roughly like $5 and some change after tax and shipping and all of that. So it's not a cheap figure, guys. So I really do hope that my copy came out great. I'm seeing other people's in the communities, and so far there hasn't been really any issues. I already have the Artisan Joker and the Artisan Jack Sparrow as well. No issues there, so I'm hoping that everything is good here as well. But let's finally dive into this, man. The artwork all over the box already is just making me super, super pumped. I do believe this is the prototype figure, though. So all of these images that you see on the box aren't the way that the actual figure's hair is, if I'm not mistaken, but it's going to be very close to this. Guys, they cooked with this prototype, and we were all blown away with the first time we seen this. As you guys can see there, standing straight in the middle of the box, in between, you know, the grayscale there, you guys have the chosen one, Anakin. You guys have the Artisan hair. I love the blue for the lightsaber as well. They cooked with all of this artwork. Down below, you have the cigar band, like we are used to seeing with all other Star Wars figures. You have DX34AE For Artisan Edition, Anakin Skywalker, 1/6 scale collectible figure. DX down below, stunning hair craftsmanship, and a Hot Toys logo. And you have another dope image of Anakin holding Count Dooku's lightsaber right before he's about to chop his head off. Do it. So also here on the side of the box, also another amazing artwork. I love it. You guys can see Anakin Starfighter in the background as well. So this whole thing is just very, very cool, guys. I'm loving it already. It's so classy. It feels very high scale, you know what I mean? So it doesn't feel like a regular release. On the other side of the cigar band, DX34AE, once again, Anakin Skywalker. And on the back, you have all the legal information and whodunits. And now we're going to slip this bad boy out of this slip cover and see what we got. Oh man, and Hot Toys just keeps cooking with the artwork for this release, guys. This is what you get after you slip the box, the box cover off of the actual art box. Guys, tell me that this artwork is not amazing. This looks like a movie poster. In the background here, you have Darth Vader, what Anakin turns into. And then you have light side Anakin here. I do believe this is another rendered shot of the actual figure. You can see the hair there. I do believe that's the figure. That is not an image of Anakin. You guys, I believe this might be Mustafar here. You have Emperor Palpatine, Darth Sidious there. You have Yoda. You have his, his master Obi-Wan, General Grievous. You have a Phase 2 trooper. And you have the love of his life, Padme Amidala, man. This is incredible. I love the artwork. I love kind of the motif that's going on here too. It kind of shimmers in the light, as you guys can see there. Oh man, they cooked. You got the Rebel logo here, Star Wars in a nice foil font there. Anakin Skywalker, DX34AE, 1/6 scale collectible figure. Once again, this is a DX Artisan figure with the stunning hair craftsmanship stamp down below. And you guys are going to turn this over. On one side, you have his name once again with the numbered release there and a nice Disney logo. And I do believe that was Mustafar because it slips over to this side and you guys can see just the molten lava. And guys, it plays in the light, guys. It just, it shimmers all the way around and you guys can see. You can flip the back over. You got more legal warnings and information here. And then you have Mustafar, the battle scene where we see Anakin succumb to the dark side finally and pretty much turn over, to Darth Vader, guys. And then here is the slipcover as well. So this is kind of like a shoebox kind of box design. If you guys never had an Artisan or DX figure, should I say DX, because not every Artisan has been a DX. But you will slide this out here and it says Star Wars here again with the numbered release and the name of the figure. So now we are going to slide this box out and finally see if the hair was worth the price of admission. Man, guys, I don't know if I'm just overreacting or what, but this is a figure that I have been anticipating for a long time, and I'm just very, very happy to finally have this, guys. So I do apologize in advance. But man, the artwork just keeps getting better and better. I think they did a very good job, promoting this figure and, treating this with, the respect that it needs, it being a DX Artisan and actually Hot Toys' first Artisan Anakin, because now at this point we have the Sith Apprentice Anakin, but this was the first of its kind. So, man, I just hope that the hair is amazing on my copy. But as you guys can see here, You have another awesome piece of artwork here. And I also believe this is another image of the figure itself. You can see the hair. This was the prototype figure though, because the hair looks so much more accurate on these images compared to what I've been seeing in collectors' hands. But you have Anakin and you have beams of light going over his face. You guys can see Mustafar, I do believe, in the background here. And down below, the iconic battle scene with Obi-Wan and Anakin. You have Anakin Skywalker's name. And you have a nice little read-up. You guys can pause that if you want to read that. This is foamed back to protect everything beneath this. So now we're finally going to see what's inside the box. I love the way that they're packaging these figures as well. Also it being DX, you know, but they're also keeping the head separate from the body to make sure that the hair and the head itself is delivered properly to its owner during transit. So I really love the way that they're doing that. Guys, I'm already seeing the hair so far and I'm loving it. I'm very happy, but here, you guys have another little insert, again, showing off it being an Anakin, an Artisan, you know, release here. You have features wool hair implantation and separate rolling eyeballs for the head sculpt, and the body is packaged separately. So now we're going to take everything out, guys, and we're going to see what you get. Okay, so here is the part of the video where the serious conversation takes place. Not saying that we haven't been taking this review seriously, but as a content creator and a reviewer, you have to talk about the tough conversations. And this is it. This is everything you get with your DX Artisan Anakin. I mean, just look at the spread. It's not much by any means. This is all stuff that we've gotten with previous Anakins and previous Star Wars figures. So, by any means, this is an awesome release, but I think that Hot Toys is slacking in the department of giving us new things, things that want collectors to buy in on these things. These are, you know, $500 plus figures that we're talking about, limited releases, you know, and this is everything that we get. But anyways, enough for the rant. We'll continue on. We don't have everything in frame. I left Anakin's robe off to the side just because we're not going to put it on him right now. So we'll talk about that after this. Starting off with the display base. It's that nice round display base that we have seen with previous Star Wars figures. It looks very nice up top. You have a cog style edge to it, so you guys got all of the grooves inside here. I love the paint effect here. It's nice and gray. It has a ton of weathering over the top paint detail. The inner part is a soft or kind of like a cardboard top sculpt here, and this is kind of like a stickered overlay, I do believe. I do like the way that the floor looks. I do think that this is possibly a Jedi council room floor or something like that, like a corridor, so you guys can make your own imagination there with that. But I do like the textured feel to it. It is raised and it has kind of, you know, a nice feeling to it. Front and center, Anakin Skywalker metal nameplate with Star Wars up front. I love the way this looks. This is kind of an elevated base as well, so that is something to keep in mind for your collection or the display. You are going to have to contend with height here. Not too much, but you got to think about that when you're collecting this piece here. Now this is another piece here that is really annoying. You guys have these windows here, which we've seen on other Star Wars figures that come with a light up function. This one doesn't. There's no light up function to this, and this is an Artisan piece. That's another ball drop here, in my opinion, that Hot Toys easily could have given us to make this more of an enticing purchase. So very cheap there. It is black here on the inside for all of those panels, and you got all of that weathering all around. As you guys can see, it's kind of like a splattered, splotchy effect. It makes it look nice and worn and weathered, and I really like the way that that looks. It does also come with a small scooped crotch grabber. Thankfully, they didn't go the waist clamp route. Not saying that they needed to for this figure, but Hot Toys really does some weird things sometimes with their bases. Next, we have an array of hands here, and you do get a couple gloved and a couple ungloved hands for Anakin. These aren't including the two that come on the figure, so I really do like these. I'm going to start off here with the gloved hands. They do look very, very nice. I love the sculpt work for it and the patterning here for the gloves on the back. Tons of texture, tons of detail, no complaints there. You guys can see this is my favorite detail when we get gloved hands for figures. I love the fact that you can see the seam running around all the fingers like it would be for an actual glove. So very, very cool. I think this is one of my favorite hands here as well, with the kind of the two finger pose here like you can have with the lightsaber. Also, ton of detail here on the inside for the glove as well. You got creasing, folding all around, no complaints. This one is a lightsaber hand, holding hand. As you guys can see, sculpt is very amazing as well, and the hands are very soft that you can pry them apart to get your accessories in there. You got one closed fist hand, very cool, and I like that. And now we are going to look at the ungloved hands. The ungloved hands are nice, don't get me wrong, but I've seen better. I've seen better sculpted hands and detail for other figures. And it being an artisan piece, you would think that they would go the extra mile. I mean, look at it. There's not even any fingernail detail. It's just one paint all the way through for the fingernails. That's kind of a, half-assed job in my opinion here for Hot Toys. Other than that, I think the skin texture looks very good. You got all of the detail there for the veins. There's actually even a little bit of translucency for the skin texture. You can see the bluing in the veins. I don't know if that's coming across on camera. You can see all the little grooves and kind of wrinkles for the back of his knuckles. And I really do like the way that they look, besides the fact that this paint job seems a little bit soft. On the inside as well, you guys can see all of the creasing for his fingers. And I think they look pretty good. They get the job done. These are kind of like open splayed out hands, maybe force pushing hand with this one here. So you guys can mess around with that when you guys get your Anakin in hand. You do also get another lightsaber holding hand with the ungloved version here. Once again, not too crazy about the lack of detail here, but the hands are very soft on this release, where you can pry the lightsaber in without having to heat it up. So very, very cool. I would say my favorite detail for the hands here is kind of the bluing there for the veins on the outer part of his hands. And then you get another closed fist hand here as well. So you get one gloved and one ungloved closed fist hand, and I don't know if they're relaxed hand on the ones that are on the body, but we'll have to check that out, because I won't change the hands out when we take a look at the figure itself. Next, we have Anakin's robotic arm, and I really like the way this looks. It has a ton of detail when you really stand and take a look at it. It is sculpted plastic here, and there's a couple moving parts here, so we'll get into that here. But this is, from the scene when he's laying down with Padme, and you guys get that quick little look of his robotic arm. So you can swap this out, and it is the old school swap out. You're going to have to pull the whole forearm off and plug this in. It's not always the easiest, but I've always noticed that if you bend the elbow back like that on the actual arm that's on the figure, it comes out a little bit easier. Just take your time, don't rush, it won't break. I love the black and gold colorway here as well, and the fingers are individually, you can individually, articulate all these fingers here at every little joint. So that is very cool. It does say in the manual to be careful that they can break. So I'm sure if you're not careful, you can break it. There's even a ball joint at the base for the thumb. You can rotate that in and out. You can possibly even have him holding, the lightsaber with this. I'm probably not going to use this just because I don't want to contend with this piece here, but it is very cool. Again, I love the black and gold. The hand does swivel, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it swivels up here, up top, as you guys can see. And it does have a hinge and swivel there for the wrist itself. Look at all the detail there. You can see all the cabling and all the pistons and all the cabling and hoses here on the inside of the forearm that make up this robotic arm. So very, very cool. And it is three-dimensional there. You guys can see there is, depth to it. You can see underneath the forearm and within it. So I really like that. It does also swivel here at the forearm, and then you guys have, the elbow joint and then up top as well. So that's very cool, and I like that they added that in at least. So good job by Hot Toys there. Lastly, we have Anakin's lightsaber here, and this is accurate to episode 3 Anakin's lightsaber. I love the paint job on it. That is one thing that I think they did a very good job on it. The silver is just shining all around on this thing. You guys have a nice bright red for all of these button and actuators here on the front. That red pops a lot. Very, very cool. You have a bit of gold and black deep wash here for, all this detail there. And as you guys can see, there's the port for the lightsaber itself. You guys have these raised knurled band here as well. And I really love the detail there on the actuator as well for his lightsaber. No complaints whatsoever. It does come with the swap out wheels. So it has the small one there stock, and you can have the extended one as well. I would recommend switching this out to the extended one. You're barely going to see it if he's holding the lightsaber, but then you have the option to dangle it on his waist as well. You do also get an LED version of this, so the sculpt itself seems a lot chunkier, and that is duly noted just because it has the LED light in there as well, but you do not lack any of the detail. It does kind of suck that the cable comes right out of the side. For me personally, I don't know if there was a better way for them to do it. I personally would have liked it to be at the bottom or maybe somewhere else. I just feel like coming right out of the side, but as well, you can fish this cable all the way through his shirt and, hide it like that. You plug this into the provided USB box and attach it to the back, and then you have a brightly lit up, I would say dimly lit up lightsaber for Anakin. So that is very cool. You do also get, this lightsaber and the swooshing effect as well. I do love the saturation here for the blue. I think they've gotten a lot deeper in tone. Before they used to be, very dull, and I feel like with people that aren't going to be using the LED light up, I like that, they seem a little bit darker just because, if it's not lit up and I have it in the display like this, I think that looks a lot better than it being a very light blue. It seems like there is kind of a little bit of a weathering over this. It's kind of like, has like a frost to it or kind of like a speckle to it. So I really do like that. I never used the fanning one. Do be careful. It is very hard to plug it in at first. And you also get the red and the red swooshing as well for the Count Dooku blade here that we're about to take a look at. As well, the red, it's a little bit lighter than the blue, but it gets the job done for me. And now Darth Tyrannus's lightsaber hilt. This is very, very cool. I love the way this looks. I've always been a fan of this lightsaber hilt. It's just very, very unique. It's very different than any other. It's got kind of that, slanted, effect here. So it's angled. It's very, very awkward for the user that's holding this, I have always felt like. And it can be held dual wielded, two hands or one hand, as we've seen Count Dooku use before. And wow, I never noticed that here. Nope, the cover tech is not removable here. It looked like it was for a second, but you have the actuator down here, and it kind of looks like a trigger, kind of like a trigger there. So I really love that detail of red. You have nice texture here for the grip on the pommel itself. And you have a little gold detail there, and I love this hook. Do be careful with this. I don't think it'll break on you, but you never know. That plastic is so thin, you don't want to break that. And yeah, guys, it looks amazing. I love the silver paint job as well for the lightsaber, and we'll take a look at that later on. But this is it. This is everything that you get with the accessories besides the robe, and we're going to take a look at that coming up right now. All right, so this is how your Anakin robe is going to come packaged. I personally am not going to be taking it out. I'm not going to be using it at this point, so I didn't feel the need to take it out. It is on a cardboard liner here, as you guys can see, so that it keeps it nice and, form-fitted during transit. Doesn't get all wrinkled, stuff like that. So I really do like that. I just wanted to go over the feeling of the material. The material feels very supple and soft. It seems kind of like a velour kind of fabric, as you guys can see the shine that's bouncing off of it. I don't think that there's any wiring in it except for in the hood, as you guys can see here. I personally am not going to use the robe because why would you want to cover up that beautiful artisan hair? So I'm not a fan of this. I might use it, but I would never put the hood over the Anakin, and I do think that you guys shouldn't either. There is wiring around the neck, the base of the hood, as well, as you guys can see there. Although the inside of the hood is done in kind of like a nylon kind of fabric, so I think that's the way that they got around for being able to put it over on the hair. It might not affect it or get stuck to the hair, but I'm too worried about it, so I'm personally not going to go for it. Other than that, as you guys can see though, the fabric is done very, very nicely. It seems very accurate to the movie itself as well. It does have kind of like a baked in pleat there, I would say. I don't think that's due to the way that it was wrinkled in transit. And also I do love the way that the arms, for the sleeves are. They're very nice. They're cut at an angle, so you always kind of get that drape. I did recently see Topo put their, cloak and real leather tabards up, so I may in the future buy in on that. I'm not sure, but it definitely blows this Hot Toys cape out of the water. So if you guys are looking for something that is super, super accurate, I would go with the Topo version, but this is what Hot Toys gives you in the box. All right, guys, and this is the part of the video that I think everybody's been waiting for and everybody's wanted to see. This is how your Anakin head sculpt is going to come packaged, or any artisan figure for the matter, if you guys have not gotten an artisan figure for yourself. I do love the fact that Hot Toys packages it separately in these vessels, and I think it keeps everything safe and contained until you are ready to put the head on the body. I love the way it looks so far. It looks amazing. It does come with a little plastic cellophane, to keep everything contained. But this looks amazing so far, guys. I don't really have any complaints. All the artisan hair is going to vary. I've seen other people's hair that, seems a little bit more tighter If you will. Mine looks a little bit frayed at the bottom, but still, I think this is a damn good sculpt. It does come named with a nameplate at the bottom, Anakin Skywalker. Why they do that, I'm not sure, but that's the extra mile that they take. So now let's finally look at this head sculpt on the body, guys. All right, guys, and here we have it. Artisan Anakin. We have the head on the body now. And let me know what you guys think. Let me know down in the comment, do I have a good copy? Does he look accurate? I don't know. You guys let me know. I think he looks amazing. The only thing that I can say for my copy before we get deep into this is Justin's video, he said that he has an adjustable neck peg here, and mine doesn't have any of that. I just popped it on. I'm not sure if the neck looks a little bit long. I think it's just, you know, playing a trick on my eye. I think it looks great, but you guys let me know down below. But I thought that was weird because in his video, he was able to click it down like 2 more pegs. So I don't know if, you know, there's an issue that I have and maybe I have to reach out to Sideshow or what. But yeah, guys, he looks so cool, doesn't he? Like, the hair looks amazing to me. I do have his eyes off to the side just because I think this is, you know, the way that I like him looking. I love showing off the scar. It has so much detail for the sculpt, even though that it changed substantially from the prototype. There's not as much skin texture and detail on the face, but I think it's still a very, very good head sculpt. I'll get a little bit closer there so you guys can see. Guys, the hair looks so damn good when you put it on the actual body itself. I think the proportions look good. You can even also, you know, play with his tabards up here for, you know, kind of try to square him up on the shoulders, and, you know, there it looks amazing, guys. But I love the eyes going off to the side. Once again, you guys can see it almost looks like he's about to say something. He has his lips kind of clenched up. You have the furrowed brow, the blue eyes, all the different freckles and skin, you know, paint apps for the actual sculpt itself. I think Hot Toys did an amazing job with this figure, and I have no complaints whatsoever. I love the Jedi robes. It's a nice light material. I love the weave on it as well. It has kind of like a texture to it. It's a nice chocolate brown kind of suit, and down here for his legs as well, as you guys can see for the pants, it's an actually nice cloth pattern here as well. It's almost like, not like a jean, but the stitch on it looks very, very nice. I can't really explain it, but they do look very, very good. Down here again, you guys can see the tabards. I don't think they're wired. These are pleather, but they do feel very good quality for some reason. Like it has like a almost like a leather grain to it, but I do believe it is pleather. They kind of have like a really waxy feel to them when you do touch them. He does come with kind of like 2 gripping kind of relaxed hands in a way. You guys can see here for the gauntlet there for the one side. Looks very, very nice. I love the way that the sleeve is actually tucked into it as well too, so it kind of looks like it's cinched around it. The boots, again, you guys know how Hot Toys is. These are pleather boots. They are accurate, you know, they're accurate to, you know, the film. But I think they can do sculpted plastic for these. This is going to degrade over time, and I, you know, really don't want to see that. Not for my copy and not for anybody's copy. We pay so much money for these figures. We want our stuff to last forever. But the belt here, you guys can see he has all these different pouches and all these different, you know, you got the metal, you know, studs here as well. The belt buckle there, also pleather. All of this is pleather here, but then you have all these pouches here are all sculpted. There's the way that the figure looks on the back. I don't want to spend too much time. I want to mainly spend time on the head sculpt. There's a lot of videos out there, so I kind of want to you know, make this kind of like my video here. But as you guys can see, man, that look right there, guys, I believe that this is Anakin through and through, from every angle too. I can even see it, you know, there though is the most for me. You can even also like, you know, bring it down a little bit and have him looking up kind of at you. Oh man, this looks so good, guys. And then here on the side there too, even there on this side, it looks like Anakin. You can tell, you know, that's him, but I'll just get you close up here on the hair all the way around. I have no complaints, guys. This stuff is not going anywhere. There's so much product in the hair as well that, you know, hopefully it holds its style for a very long time, because if not, I'm screwed, and, you know, maybe a couple of you guys are screwed, because I'm not going to spend time on, you know, playing dress up here on the hair. There's a couple flyaways, but, you know, the hair itself is very, very forgiving. If you just pat it down, it will stay down, and, you know, it's not really frizzy to me. So I love this thing, guys. I'm going to have so much fun posing with it. You guys can see there, too, for the part in the hair. It's done very nicely. The way that they laid the hair and styled it just looks so damn good, guys. So let me know what you guys think. I don't think I got a bad copy. I'm happy with it. And, you know, I'm happy, you know, that Hot Toys delivered. That's the only piece right there. I see a lot of people's hair. It stays very tight, but mine seems to want to spring back out. But also, I don't think it's inaccurate. I don't think it doesn't look like Hayden Christensen. If you really look up the film, his hair, you know, in different shots, I'm sure it changed up over time. So overall, guys, this figure is amazing. This is the chosen one. You can kind of like have him like, you know, holding out like that, kind of like force choking. Very, very cool. But I'm not going to get too into the articulation, guys. We know how, you know, these figures move. You know, for people that, you know, have collected these Star Wars figures for a while, it's pretty much the same thing. But guys, this head sculpt is amazing. Let me know what you guys think down below. Is this a W? Is this an L for Hot Toys? Is this a W for me, for the collection, for my collection? Is it a L for me in my collection? Does it not look accurate? Is the neck too long? Question mark. It might just be me. It might be an optical illusion, but so far, I'm loving this thing, guys, and I'm very, very happy. If you guys liked this video, please comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of the figure. Please subscribe to the channel as well. I appreciate and love all of you guys supporting me and supporting the videos, and, you know, all the things that I upload on here. It seems to, you know, be getting a lot of good feedback lately too. Feel free to comment below. I will answer every comment. You know, don't be shy. Turn on the bell notification icon. Subscribe if you haven't already, like I said. And we will catch you guys on the next one and see what other figures we have in the future for you guys here on the channel. Thank you so much. Flavio signing off. Peace.